So in this clip we are going to discuss hydrogen cyanide, merits and demerits of chemical control. Hydrogen cyanide, HCN, it is a fumigant, that means gaseous poison, and it causes quick death of insect. Since it is a respiratory gaseous poison, it enters through the spiracle. It causes quick death of insects. It is used to control insect pest of enclosed areas. Enclosed areas means like storehouses, godowns, mills, groceries, factories, museum, offices, libraries, greenhouses, ships, aircrafts, like that. So we have to cover this, we have to enclose all this, and then we have to use or release the gas in order to control the insects. It is useful against the insect pests damaging stored grain pests like Cytophilus oryzae, that is called weevils, and books, ornamental plants, household furniture, etc. This hydrogen cyanide is a colorless gas, or it is also called as cyanogas, and this gas is produced by mixing sulfuric acid with sodium cyanide. By mixing sulfuric acid and sodium cyanide, this hydrogen cyanide gas is produced. This gas actually, when it is stored under pressure, it becomes liquid, and when it is released, it becomes gas. Mode of action: they kill the insects by exerting toxic effect on the body tissues after entering through tracheal system. The tracheas are present on the lateral side of the insect body. Through this tracheal system, spiracle and tracheal system, this gas enters. This is highly toxic to mammals, even human being also. Bhopal gas tragedy, which took place in 2nd December 1984. In that time, from that factory, methyl isocyanide gas was released from Union Carbide Company. This was the company of USA based, and this was the company producing the insecticides. So that time 4,000 deaths were occurred, more than 5,000 severely or permanently disabled. So this hydrogen cyanide is used against the enclosed area. So here in this photograph, these are the godown. This is godown, and fumigation is going on here. Here the fumigation of offices, fumigation of house. We have to enclose the entire house, and then fumigation took place. This fumigation of museum, like that. We can fumigate the enclosed area. Merits of chemical control. Actually there are few merits, but important one are these. It is a quick and effective method of pest control. It should be quick because we have to save the crop from the destruction of the pest, and it should be quick method. And when the population of insect is very high, then there is no other alternative than the use of insecticide. It is effective against large scale population of pest. When the population of pest is very large, then this is very effective because it is based on the principle of mass killing. It suppresses the pest population very quickly by mass killing. Application of chemical insecticide is easier with the suitable equipments are there, and by using this equipment we can apply the chemical insecticides in the form of dust or spray. It provides long-term control. Some modern insecticides are species specific. Some modern insecticides, they are species specific, means they can only be used of a particular species of the insect, and they decomposes faster, no residual effect, no poisonous to warm-blooded animals. like pyrethrum. In last clip we have seen the pyrethrum. Pyrethrum decomposes faster. It has no residual effect. It is non-poisonous to warm-blooded animals like mammals and birds. So these are few merits, but there are more demerits of the chemical control. Here we discuss the demerits or drawbacks of the chemical control. Resistance to insecticides. Resistance, what is meant by resistance? Resistance, that means development of an ability in an insect to produce the tolerance against a particular dose of insecticide. That is called resistance. That means development of an ability in an insect to tolerate a particular dose of insecticide. Suppose we are using 10% concentration of insecticide, then they develop resistance against the 10%. Next time we have to use 20% concentration of insecticides, again they develop resistance against the 20% concentration. So actually in their population there are two types of strains. One is susceptible and another is resistant. Susceptible insects, they may be high number, 99% insects they get killed because of the application of particular concentration, but few which are naturally resistant, they survive, and from that naturally resistant, the resistant gene is inherited into the next generation. So this development of resistance is because of modification in genes, and the genes is responsible for development of resistance to insecticides. By this time 160 insect species have been reported to resistant to insecticides. Every time we have to change the formulation and concentration of the insecticide, because now most of the insects, they have developed resistance against the concentration of insecticides, and more concentrated insecticide we have to use to control the insects. Next drawback is adverse effect to agroecosystem. Insecticides are applied to ecosystem and not the pest only. This is a very important sentence. Whenever we apply insecticide, that insecticide is applied to ecosystem and not pest only, because application of this pesticide does not kill a particular pest only, but it also kills the other useful insects also. Other useful insects includes predators, parasites, then other useful insects like honeybees, they also kill because they are also present in ecosystem. We are applying the insecticides for control of one particular pest, but it kills other useful insects also. Similarly, it kills the earthworms, it kills the lizards, frogs, snakes, and the microflora or protozoans in small invertebrates present in the soil, they all get killed. So because of this, what happened? In the absence of natural enemies, pest population increases rapidly. When we apply this insecticide, natural enemies are also killed. So in the absence of natural enemies, next time the pest population increases rapidly. Other adverse effects on human hygiene. These insecticides like BHC, DDT, these are chlorinated hydrocarbons or chlorinated compounds. They have very long residual effect and they get entered into food chain, and through food chain they enters into human body and it is stored into fatty tissues, and it gives carcinogenic effect, it causes cancer, it is a mutagenic effect, there is a change in a genetic structure, that is mutation takes place. It produces dominant alleles and result causing the death of embryo at the time of pregnancy of a lady. It affects on liver It affects on kidney. There may be liver and kidney failure because of the deposition of this chlorinated hydrocarbon, BSE and DDT. Now this BSE and DDT is banned throughout the world, but still in some places it is in use. Because of the use of these insecticides, many useful insects, they migrate from one place to another, and the natural enemies are lost. Contamination or pollution of water takes place because of this use of insecticides. Because insecticidal runoff from agricultural land to lakes and rivers kills the fishes. This insecticide enter into the food chain and cannot decompose for years, and it is actively present in soil. Poisoning to man and other domestic animals, birds, wildlife, death of fish due to contaminated water. Most of the predatory birds, lizards, frogs are killed. So these are the drawbacks of chemical insecticides. Very few merits are there, but more demerits are there. So here we complete the first topic as per your syllabus, chemical control. Thank you.